Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jess Marcy. I am the creator of the Clutter Boss Challenge, which has not even officially launched yet, but for the first time in my online clutter busting career, I have put together a challenge and started talking about it. And it's really, really resonating with so many people. So I decided, and it's people are buying it, and all the details aren't even out there yet. So we're getting so many questions, which is amazing. That I decided to come live and just talk a little bit more in detail about the challenge. So today is Wednesday, May 3rd. The challenge officially goes live on Monday, whatever Monday is. What is Monday here? Hold on, I'm looking at my calendar here. It would be the 8th. On Monday, May 8th, 2023, this challenge will officially go live. I want to give a little bit more detail about the challenge just because, again, we're getting so many questions, which is amazing. So a little background. The coaches and I have been doing a 75 hard challenge, which has nothing to do with clutter, except that it's a challenge that it goes on for 75 days and you have to do certain things every day. The premise of the 75 hard challenge is you commit to doing the challenge and there's no excuses for not doing the challenge. If you don't do the challenge one day or one aspect of the challenge, you're back to day one. I have never in my life, hi Kathy, thought that this type of challenge would be a challenge that would work for me, but it turns out it has been a total game changer. Getting rid of the gray area, getting rid of I could do this partially and still count it. That sort of mindset has been so beneficial to me. So as soon as we started doing this challenge and I realized how incredible it was in terms of mindset and structure, I thought I have to do something like this for clutter. So what is different about the Clutter Boss Challenge, which is a 90-day challenge that again is launching on Monday officially, is it's designed to be a no excuses challenge. There are tasks to do every single day. They're not difficult. They're not even super time consuming. But the idea is that you are going to do these tasks every day to get on top of your house, your dishes, your laundry, and your clutter. And after 90 days, you will have developed habits that are necessary to maintain all of this moving forward. That's what's different about this Clutter Boss Challenge. The whole idea is that you are going to commit to doing this for 90 days. You can start on whatever day you want. Once it goes live on Monday, it will be available indefinitely. But with the caveat that this is something that resonates with you, it really makes no sense to wait to start. And that's, kind of what everyone says about 75 hard too. If it resonates with you, why wait to start? There's never a perfect time to start a challenge like this. There's never a better time to start building habits. If you have been sitting on the edge of knowing what to do and doing it sometimes, but not consistently, that is the whole idea behind this challenge, is that it gets you from the point of sitting on that edge to actually building the habits and doing this consistently every single day. Good morning or afternoon, Lisa. So that's the whole premise behind the Clutter Boss 90-day challenge. If you commit to doing this and you miss one element of the challenge, you are back to day one. And that is not a bad thing. You're back to day one of your phase. So there's 3 30-day phases within the challenge. That's not a bad thing. That's actually the best opportunity to look at what didn't work and figure out how to change that moving forward. I think that's where the magic of habit building comes in. Instead of trying to do something and quote unquote failing and then giving up, you try and do this, see how it works. If you miss something and you have to go back to day one, what's the feedback that you can learn from that? Okay, so let me talk in more detail about the different phases of the challenge and what the tasks will be on a daily basis. And then if you happen to be catching this live, since this is a totally impromptu live, because seriously, I've been getting so many questions, I was like, I just need to go live and talk about this. If you happen to catch this live, you can post your question. I'll answer it right now. Otherwise, I will come back and watch this and answer questions as this video is viewed. Okay, so there's 90 days to this challenge, and it's broken into 3 30-day phases. It is possible that you will get to the end of the phase and still have more clutter in your house or still feel like you haven't quite developed the habit yet. And then you'll just start that phase again. So it could be a longer challenge for you. Again, that's not a bad thing. This is the whole idea of, oh, good, Lisa. This is the whole idea of we're going to figure out how to build these habits. We're going to stick to this. I'm going to be true to myself. I'm going to give myself the gift of waking up every day, committing to something and making it happen so it becomes a habit. And if it doesn't happen, I'm going to learn about myself better and figure out how it can become a habit. Okay? So that's the whole idea. There are 4 foundational habits that you will do for the entire 90 days. Let me just talk through them here. The first one is accountability. Accountability is so huge. If you're like me, you've set yourself up in the past to do something and you promise yourself you're going to do it. Sometimes you don't even tell anyone else you're going to do it because you're afraid you're going to fail. You promise yourself you're going to do it, and then being accountable only to yourself ends up not working. So let me know if that resonates with you. There's a huge difference between internal accountability and external accountability. My guess is that if you're working through your clutter, external accountability is more powerful to you than internal accountability, because having these programs and these groups and everything, you get a lot of external accountability. External accountability is huge. So every day of the 90 days, the accountability piece is that you need to post into the Facebook group and just say how your day went. Did you have a win? Did you not? Was it a bad day? Are you going back to day one? You are accountable to posting every day. Now, if you want to respond to a personal email, that is an add-on option. So you can add on additional accountability when you purchase the program or the challenge if you want somebody to actually email you every day and ask you how your day was. If you're not on Facebook, and you want to do this challenge, and you don't want to add on the email, then it's your responsibility to find somebody to be accountable to. Somebody who is going to cheer you on, support you, check in on you for 90 days. You can do this with your own accountability buddy, but this is where that personal responsibility comes in. You have to actually find somebody to be accountable to who will hold you accountable, and you have to check in with them every single day. So personal accountability is tremendous. That's the accountability piece. 90 days, you have to let everyone know how you're doing, right? It's huge. Okay. The second thing, and this is a really big deal, and I'm just going to back up for a second and say most of this is about personal accountability. We're not coaching you through this. We'll be in the Facebook group answering questions, obviously. But again, this is for you. If you have had coaching, if you have sat on the edge of knowing what to do but not really doing it, this is you saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be radically responsible for my own actions, right? And this one, very interesting. If you're working with me, you've heard this before. Stop the flow in. When you commit to this challenge for 90 days, it will be up to you to make no unnecessary purchases for 90 days. No unnecessary purchases. Now, I am not going to tell you what is a necessary purchase and what is not a necessary purchase. You're going to be guided by your own conscience on this. You're going to know what a necessary purchase is and what a necessary purchase is not. And it's going to be up to you to every day say no to any unnecessary purchases. You can ask your family to join in on you with this, but this is about you and your actions, right? So no unnecessary purchases. All right. 90 days. So there is a fee for this program. It's $1 a day. It's $90. But you should save way more money because you're going to not be buying anything unnecessary. And you're going to have to every day be accountable to yourself and the group and go through what you've purchased. And if you have purchased something that you really feel like maybe, is not necessary, you're back to day one. But nobody's going to be judging your purchases saying this is or isn't necessary. Like, this is all about you taking radical responsibility. Okay, so accountability every day for 90 days, no unnecessary purchases for 90 days, 5 minutes of breathing every day for 90 days. And this can be broken up into multiple sessions. So you could do 1 minute of breathing 5 times a day. You could do 2.5 minutes in the morning, 2.5 minutes in the evening, whatever it is, you're committing to doing 5 minutes of whatever breath work means to you. And when you get all the documentation, when you sign up for this, we have lots of different ideas, different types of breathing, but 5 minutes of intentional breathing every day. Why? Because life is overwhelming. Clutter is overwhelming. And 5 minutes of intentional breath work can make a massive difference medically, emotionally. It's very powerful. So it's built into this challenge as something that you do every day. 5 minutes, 1 minute, 2.5, whatever it looks like to you, right? But that's just part of your everyday foundational habits. And then the last thing I'm going to ask you to do every day for 90 days, and then I'll jump into the different phases and what they look like, is planning and prep. So the idea between planning and prep is that every night you are going to actually dedicate 20 minutes to looking at your calendar for tomorrow, figuring out your top priorities, prepping. If sometimes looking at your calendar is going to take the full 20 minutes. Other times you're going to glance at it, it's going to be good. So then you can spend the rest of the 20 minutes actually prepping for tomorrow. Pick out your clothing, make your lunch, whatever you need to make sure your kids have all of the stuff that they need. Whatever you need to do to prepare yourself for tomorrow so you can wake up and just hit go. And I know this has been a really big game changer for me also. Waking up and knowing what my next step is. We want to reduce the amount of decisions that we're making all the time. I already know what I'm wearing. My gym bag is packed. My sneakers are laid out. I am ready for the day. 20 minutes, but it makes a huge difference. It will probably save you more than 20 minutes the next day. So planning and prep. So those are the 4 foundational habits that you're doing for 90 days. Accountability, no unnecessary purchases, 5 minutes of breathing, and spending time in the evening planning and prepping for your day tomorrow. 90 days straight. Now, if you just did that, your life would already be very different in 90 days. But then we go into the different phases and I will talk through that. Okay, so phase 1, which is the first 30 days, is what I call the 20-20-20. Phase 1, the purpose of phase 1 is to get the basics taken care of habitually, turning them into a habit every day. And the basics of all of our underlying house work is dishes and laundry, right? So if you are on top of your dishes and your laundry, you're 90% of the way there. So phase 1, which is for 30 days straight, is what I call the 20-20-20, spending 20 minutes on dishes every day. And if you have more time, if you do your dishes and you have 10 minutes left over, working on decluttering your kitchen or picking up your kitchen. So 20 minutes, dishes, kitchen. The goal is every night you're going to go to bed with no dishes in the sink. 20 minutes focused on your laundry. So you're going to get on top of your current laundry and then catch up with previous laundry. By the end of 30 days, you should be at the point where you never have more than 2 loads of laundry to do, and you're putting away your laundry in the same day that it's done. So 20 minutes on dishes, 20 minutes focused on laundry every day, and then 20 items decluttered every single day. So that's 400 items, right? Is that right? 600 items removed from your house by the end of the day. The 20-20-20. 20 minutes on dishes, 20 minutes focused on laundry, 20 items out the door every day for phase 1, the first 30 days. Now, if you're on top of your dishes every day, if you get all caught up on your laundry and stay on top of your laundry, and if you're removing items from your house, again, foundational habits that are going to make a huge difference. It's what we should be doing every day, but we don't do, or we don't do it consistently. And that is the point of this Clutter Boss 90-day challenge, is to get all of these things that we know we should be doing, we've been coached on, we've coached ourselves on them, get them to be habits, consistent everyday habits that don't take that long. 20 minutes on dishes, 20 minutes focusing on laundry, 20 minutes planning and prepping for tomorrow. That's it. We have 20 minutes. Everyone has those 20 minutes, especially if you turn off your phone, right? So we talk about those strategies also in the documentation that you're going to get for this program. That is phase 1. Okay, so phase 1 is just really getting on top of the basics, the first 30 days. At the end of phase 1, you're going to look at your situation in your house. You're going to be brutally honest. You're going to decide if you are ready to move on to phase 2, the next 30 days, or not. Phase 2 is what I call the 30-30-30. So the goal in phase 2 is to continue the habit of doing your dishes and never letting laundry pile up to more than 2 loads. The dishes at this point really will not take 20 minutes anymore. They should be a little bit less than that. The 2 loads of laundry spread out, depending on your laundry situation, again, should just be something that you're doing every day. And when you move into phase 2, that's when we start to tackle the rest of the clutter in your house. This is really where we build our 20-minute quick clean decluttering muscle. So I've talked a ton about a 20-minute quick clean, but I think as making this part of the challenge, it will encourage you to do it every day until it just becomes the easy way to maintain your house. When you do a quick clean, you focus on your drop zones. So you find a drop zone, you clear your drop zone, you pick up, put away, clean up that drop zone. And then the next day, you do the same thing, but you start with the one that you've already completed and maintain it. So if something has dropped into that space again, you put that away before you move on to your next one. So the 30-30 is adding 30-minute quick clean every day for 30 days and declutter 30 items every day for 30 days. Now, at this point, you might be saying, I don't have this much stuff in my house to declutter, or maybe you're saying that that's not even enough days to get through all the stuff I have in my house to declutter, whatever it is. If you feel like you don't have enough stuff to declutter 30 items a day, you can include paper, you can include digital items. There's a lot of things that you can declutter 30 items a day. You can go into your attics, your garages, your basement, but basically you're getting stuff out of your house. Nothing is coming in because you've still committed to no unnecessary purchases, and you're tackling your drop zones and learning how to maintain them every day for 30 days. So at the end of phase 2, you're doing your dishes daily. You're on top of your laundry. You've tackled almost all of your drop zones in your house, or most of your drop zones, and you've been maintaining them. And you have 1,500 less items in your home, and you have not brought anything in. But it's all been done very slowly, day by day, one day at a time, checking it off, one day at a time. And then you move on to phase 3, which is the last 30 days, which is where you start to actually do a 20-minute quick clean every day. So you can incorporate the dishes into your quick clean. You can incorporate the laundry. At this point, you have so much less clutter. It really is about maintenance and building up that maintenance muscle, right? Getting into the habit of maintaining your drop zones so they're not stay zones anymore. So you don't have clutter piling up anymore. It's really full circle maintaining your house. I call phase 3 the 40-20 because I'm going to ask you to get rid of 40 sheets of paper every day. And again, if you run out of paper to get rid of, You can get rid of 40 emails every day. You can go through 40 computer files every day. There's endless amounts of digital clutter that we can tackle, and do a 20-minute quick clean every day, which will set you up for success for the rest of your life, because you'll have put into practice all of the skills that you need to maintain your home, and you will have gotten through so much clutter. So those are the 3 different phases of the 90-day challenge. I hope that answers a lot of questions. If you're on here with me live, and I see there's quite a few people, go ahead. If you still have questions, pop them into the comments. If you are watching later, just let me know. Hit hashtag replay so I can get the notification and come back and look at this. So let me see here. Miralise, some of the daily tasks and recent challenges took longer than a day, so there's no way I could keep up. How will this be different? So I hope that I answered your question, Miralise, but I mean, basically we're looking at no more than an hour a day. Most days should be a little bit less. You can break that up into multiple sessions. And decluttering, if your stated goal is to have a decluttered home, and this is like one of your top goals, and to learn how to maintain that home, and you're not dedicating time to doing that every day, the cold hard truth is that you're not going to accomplish that goal. We've talked about this a lot in CBA recently, but if you have goals that you say are your top goals, and you look at your schedule and there's no time in your schedule to actually meet those goals, they're not goals, they're dreams. So this, again, this challenge is designed to push you over that edge, to get you to the point where you are actually prioritizing time for what you say is your goal. It's forcing you to find time in your schedule to do this. And again, my experience with 75 Hard so far has been that's exactly what I needed. I needed to be forced to find the time. The time is there. The time is there. Unless you're working 3 jobs and have a crazy schedule, in which case it would be unlikely that you can really quickly declutter. The time is there. It's how you prioritize your time. It's saying no to things that are not in alignment with your goals. That's what you learn through this process, and it's really a beautiful thing. Okay, Lisa, do you have any more questions? Kathy, yes. This is 75 Hard for decluttering. I am so glad that this sounds good to you. Goodbye to clutter. Yes. So the tasks to do daily, they are spelled out in the challenge. When you sign up on Monday morning, you'll get all of the details. You'll get checklists. You're going to get a long document that really spells everything out. So it gives you resources for 30-minute quick cleans, resources for doing laundry, resources for breathing, resources for everything. And reminds you of the purpose of this challenge. So it is all spelled out. You will have checklists you can check off every day. I mean, this is basically what it all looks like. So you will be getting all of that documentation on Monday. And if you sign up after Monday, you'll get it immediately. So, oh, what happens if you're going to go away? That is a really good question. So vacations happen, and I had to figure out how to, there's never 90 days where you're in your house. Very rarely do we have a 90-day stretch where we're not away for a day or away for a week or whatever. If you go on vacation, basically you press pause on this 90-day challenge. So say you're on day 17, you go on vacation for a couple of days. So you just pause. When you come back from vacation, you're on day 18. And the caveat here is that upon returning from vacation, you have 15 hours to get back into the challenge. So you can't drag out the vacation for days. You're going to come home. You're going to have luggage, all of that stuff. You have 15 hours to get back into the challenge, get back on top of the laundry, get back on top of the dishes, tackle a drop zone, which at this point could be your luggage, right? Which you just left inside the door or is piled up in the laundry room, whatever it is. So that's how we deal with vacations. We just press pause and then within 15 hours, restart. Again, personal accountability. So you're going to be the one who says, I did this or I didn't do this. I'm moving on or I'm going back to day one. Okay, Tammy, I keep thinking about what you said about 75 hard and how you needed to get out of the gray area. And it's if you say you're going to do it, you also need to do it. And there's no other option. Just do it. Yes, that is what I needed so badly, Tammy. And that is what this challenge is. You say you're going to do it and you're committing to doing it because this is your goal. So there's no room for, well, I did 18 minutes, but 18 minutes is close enough. No, you're doing 20 minutes, right? 20 minutes. We're asking for 20 minutes and you're going to do 20 minutes, but you're going to be accountable to yourself. That's like the whole purpose here is that you're going to show up for yourself. And if you one day can't make it happen, you're going to look and see why didn't it happen? Like, what can I change for next time? So that's the challenge. I hope that this answers a lot of the questions that we have been getting. It's removing all of the gray area from your decluttering. You know what to do. We have it spelled out here. You don't have to think about, should I start here? Should I start there? We tell you where to start. You just have to do it consistently every single day. And you have to be of the mindset that if you fail, that is feedback and you're going to pop right back in, start again, and keep doing this until it works because that feedback is so valuable. It is not failure. It is feedback. And I do kind of feel like, well, anyway, it's not failure. It's feedback. And the accountability group is going to cheer you on and help you figure out like, okay, why didn't this work? So Nancy, the accountability piece works in two ways. We have a group that you can post into. You have to be accountable to somebody every day. You can be accountable to the Facebook group every day, or you can get the personal email from a member of our team every single day and be accountable. That's the add-on. So you will get an email every day from a member of our team, and you will have to respond to the email every day saying how your day went. Just a couple of sentences. That's the accountability piece because the external accountability is tremendous. All right. Any additional questions while we are on here live? Who is excited? I am so excited about this. I feel like our communities are so excited about this because I've never had this many questions about something before. So thank you. Thank you for showing your excitement, asking questions, signing up already. I think this is going to be massive. It's going to make a huge difference. And if you're in one of our other programs, you can always go into that program and ask your coaches questions about this. All of the coaches know what's going on here. We're all on board with this. We've all been doing the 75 hard. We understand conceptually how this challenge is supposed to work. And we are all so excited to support you on this. Yes, Lisa, it is exactly what so many of us need. It's exactly what I needed in my life for such a long time. So consistency, consistent action makes all the difference. And being true to yourself makes all the difference. If you're in CBA or CBB, you get 25% off of this challenge. If you are in Prioritize Your Sanity, you get 10% off of the challenge. And again, one of the foundational habits for 90 days is no unnecessary purchases, which we all did during boot camp, but I'm asking you to do this for 90 days now. That's going to be a big game changer financially too. So I am thrilled for this to go live on Monday. I am thrilled to see. I am just really interested and excited to see the massive changes it's going to make in everyone's lives. And If you are thinking that this is your time to say, I'm committing, commit. Don't wait any longer. Get your house to a place where it is so easy to maintain, period. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, there's a sign up link in the comments. Go ahead, grab your spot. If your brain is already saying to you, excuses why this isn't going to work, that's a sign, right? That's what our brain does. It says, oh, no, you can't do this for 90 days. Or 3 30-day sessions. You have X, Y, and Z. You don't have the time. You don't have this. You don't have that. This is a good opportunity to tell your brain, actually, I'm doing it, and stand up for yourself for the first time, in this challenge, and continue to make that same different decision every single day for 90 days. All right. If you have more questions, pop them in the comments. Have a wonderful day, everyone.